Hello guys, so a lot of people asked me to make this tutorial about how to operate with Modview, how to remove the background in Photoshop, etc. So I'm going to do a quick tutorial on how to do everything since the very beginning. The first thing we're gonna need is a Modview, which we'll download from just Google Modview Jelena Academy and click the first result. You have the download button here. I have already downloaded, and the problem with the mod view is that it only downloads the execution file. You need to actually make a couple of folders yourself. uh, I suggest you creating a folder in your disk, not in your game folder, because the string and location of files will be too long, and sometimes your skins may not want to load because the path exceeds 64 bytes. So just make sure that the path of the files is short enough. For example, it's just my disk D. Create a new folder called Modview, and here you're gonna have to uh, paste your file, which will be this one. You will receive download this folder. Just open it with 7-zip or WinRAR or whatever you have, and download all these. I mean, not download, just paste all these files here, which I've already done. And next you're gonna have to make a couple of folders, which is a base. Then inside this base folder make also models and players. And here we are going to need to open our Jedi Academy folder for a bit. So wherever you have your Jedi Academy saved, you should open that file right now and find in base, yeah, game database, go to assets 1. As I remember, open it with 7-zip because it's actually an archive. Go to models, players, and here we should have this folder, which is dash humanoid, and that's what you have to paste into this players folder, which I've already done, so I will skip this step. If you do not paste this humanoid folder into your Modview folder, it will basically want the Modview, the program won't even import any models, and you won't be able to do actually anything. That's the problem which I had for like 2 hours try to solve it, and I found a solution thanks to Radek. So yeah, that should be it for the installation. And how to actually use any skin, basically just find your skin. It should be in game database or whatever else you have, and you will have to open .pk3 file. My skin is C Vanguard. Just open it also with 7-zip or an archive program. Take the models, players, open that, and copy this folder into the same path but in your Modview program, which is models and players. And here, as you see, I have the Vanguard as well as a couple of other skins. uh, if you want to also use hilts on the in the program to have your model hold hilts, lightsabers, you're gonna have to put these lightsabers into Modview weapons too. Here you will have to also put this file. It should be, as I remember, in assets 0. Let me check. Okay, so it's you have to open assets 1, the same file as you opened previously. It is located in models, weapons to this folder. You have here a couple of sabers. These are the default sabers. Obviously, if you use your custom hilt, it should probably be somewhere here as a PK3 file. And you're gonna need to do the same as I do here, which is just copy the folder of the hilt which you want to use inside the mod view. So like, yeah, I am using Saber 8 Saber 8 hilt because that's the one I play with on the Generated Academy. Okay, so once you've done all these steps and you are following me, uh, yeah, you are now ready to open Modview.exe, and here we have a couple of buttons. Yeah, so just press this one to open and to find your model. It is located in base models players, obviously in the Modview folder. See Vanguard, and you have to open this model.glm file. Is the only one that will show because here it's sorting for only these models, these files. Just ignores warning, it's nothing important. And as you see, this is my model. For some reason it's a bit corrupted because my left hand is white, which shouldn't occur, whatever. So here's our file which we just uploaded. We have surfaces, which are just these triangles, polygons. Next we have tags, which are like points in the skeleton of the ragdoll. Next we have skins. If your skin has more than one variant, this will pop up here. So you see like here, different variants. The one I use in game is this one with this really nice face, as you see. Yeah, and how to make your player not stand like in this stupid position, because we obviously use Modview in order to paste this model into some other programs and to make cool arts with it. So yeah, also here we have bones, which are kind of the same as tags, and the sequences are what we are looking for. Those are just everything. Each line is a different animation, which will allow you to set up your character in any position you'd like to. So for example, you have these punches, grabs, flips, jumps. You can do everything. I attack with some blasters. Here we have some slashes, as you see. Just pick whatever you want. My favorite animation is maybe not favorite, but it's really nice. Oh, it's this one, I think. Yeah, it's this one, and as you can see here, clearly something is missing, and that's the saber, the hilt of the lightsaber, which we would like to paste here. And how to do it? We have to go back to tags, where we have each bone of ragdoll showcased. We want to use right hand or left hand. Obviously that it depends on whatever you want, but just keep in mind that in Generated Academy characters use right hand as the saber, so if you put your lightsaber into left hand, and animations will look really weird. But it's you basically just use left hand in if you want to use duals. So what I'm going to do is right click this R hand and attach a model. The model we want to attach is the saber which we have pasted previously. It is located here, and it's also .glm file which we want here. And as you see, our really nice saber appeared. We can see the animation, how it really flips, rotates. It's very nice to have it. Uh, yeah. So the next thing I'm going to show you is how to choose a different background, because if you want to later in Photoshop remove a background, it will be the easiest if a background is a color which doesn't show up in your skin. For example, here I don't see any green, so I will just go to edit, choose background color, and select a very green, like the greenest green there is. It may hurt an eye a little bit, but it's very easy to remove it later in Photoshop, unless your character has this color on the textures. Then I suggest using a different color like blue or dark black or red or whatever. So what I'm going to do now is take a screenshot, but not with my print screen button on the keyboard. I'm going to just go to View and press Screenshot to File. We then can save this screenshot in however we want to save it. I'm gonna just save it as test. Next, go to the location in which you have saved your screenshot, which was in Modview in my case, and this is the file which we are looking for. It's really cool, really cool. Okay, so let's move on to the next part of the tutorial, which is how to remove this background to make it transparent. We will have to use some kind of program that works with graphics. I use Photoshop and PhotoFilter, but for this tutorial I will use Photoshop because that's what most people will have. Yeah, so just wait 20 seconds for it to launch. Okay, so here we are. I'm gonna paste this screenshot from Modview. So we have our character here, and what we want to do now is to select an eraser. It is the magical eraser, or whatever it's called in English. I am using Polish version of Photoshop because it was easier to torrent that one. So just follow the icon. Maybe it will be like an eraser with this, I don't know, some kind of explosion. Yeah, and once you selected it, here's only a tolerance, because what it does is that it replaces, it works kinda like fill bucket, but instead of filling it with some other color, it replaces this color into a transparent one. So once I've clicked it with left mouse, it changed my green background into transparent background. Here's one little piece of green that left, and I just clicked it and now it's gone. So that's how to remove a background, and the last thing I'm going to show you in this tutorial is how to add a lightsaber, the blade which comes out of this lightsaber, the hilt. It is also possible to do it through the mod view, but for some reason it doesn't work for me, and if it doesn't work for you as well, just follow this tutorial to the end, where I'm going to show you how to make a lightsaber. So we are going to use this tool, which is basically like a pencil or whatever. We want obviously black, because the black is, I mean, white is the color of this blade, but maybe not like the pure white. Use a little bit of the color which you want to use as a hilt, because it will be nice, it will look nicer once we add the red red stroke or red shadow, because my character is a Sith, so I'm going to use red. So just pick a color which you want to use and use like a very light version of this color, very light, that looks kinda like white, but it's actually not a pure white. Uh, so yeah, once we've selected that, then we have to draw a straight line. Obviously not like that, because it will never be a straight line, you can trust me. First we need to make a new layer, because of the next because we want to add a shadow to this white straight line. What I'm going to do is press once here, so a little dot appears. Now hold shift and press somewhere else, so a straight line will appear from your blade. And now double click the icon of this layer, and use something that in English will be called like an outer bloom or outer shadow or outer gloom, something like this. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, it's basically almost the last one tab which you can check, so yeah, you can remember it like that. Pick the color which you want your blade to be. As you see, we already have a little bit of color, but it's not really that big. And what we need to do now is just experiment with this, yeah, with these parameters, just however you want. Just experiment, make gloom, make it more red or less red, just whatever you want. And don't forget to press OK instead of an X, because it will reset your settings here. And once we've done this, this is the final version of what we wanted. You can save it however you want. Just press Ctrl Shift S and save it, for example, as a PNG file, which supports transparent backgrounds, because JPG doesn't support the transparency. So don't forget to use a PNG version, or BMP as I remember. And you can save your file. Oh, I already have tests, so like just rename your file to whatever you want. And once you save it, press the slowest compression, slow compression, so the quality is much faster. Oh my god, the quality is much better. And press OK. And now we have our cool Sith with a really nice lightsaber. Hope you like this tutorial. Leave a like, subscribe for more things like that if I ever upload any other tutorial. And yeah, thank you for watching.